John Dewey 1859-1952 was an American philosopher, psychologist, and educational reformer, widely regarded as one of the most influential thinkers in the development of modern education and pragmatist philosophy. John Dewey's philosophy of education is rooted in pragmatism and emphasizes learning by doing, experiential learning, and the importance of democracy in education. Here are the key aspects. 1. Educational theory. Dewey believed that education should be student-centered and experiential, focusing on learning by doing rather than rote memorization. He emphasized the importance of critical thinking, problem-solving, and the development of practical life skills. He founded the laboratory school at the University of Chicago to test and demonstrate his educational theories. 2. Philosophy pragmatism. Dewey was a major figure in the American philosophical movement of pragmatism, which holds that truth and meaning are found in practical consequences and real-world applications. He saw philosophy as a tool for addressing social problems and improving human experience. 3. Democracy and education. In his landmark book Democracy and Education, 1916, Dewey argued that education is essential to a functioning democracy and that schools should prepare individuals for active participation in democratic life. For learning by doing, Dewey believed that education should be grounded in real-life experiences. He rejected passive learning and instead advocated for active participation, where students engage in hands-on activities that promote critical thinking and problem-solving. 5. Child-centered education. According to Dewey, the interests and needs of the child should be central to the learning process. Education should adapt to the developmental stages of children and encourage their natural curiosity. 6. Democracy and education. In his book Democracy and Education, 1916, Dewey argued that education is essential for a functioning democracy. Schools should be communities where students learn cooperation, communication, and mutual respect. 7. Education as growth. Dewey saw education not as preparation for life, but as life itself. Learning should be continuous and lifelong, focused on personal and social growth rather than rote memorization. 8. Integration of curriculum. He promoted a holistic approach, where subjects are not taught in isolation, but integrated around themes or projects that relate to students' lives, influence, and legacy. Dewey's ideas have had a lasting influence on modern education, particularly in progressive education movements and inquiry-based learning approaches. His work laid the groundwork for constructivist theories of education. John Dewey was a highly influential American philosopher, psychologist, and educational reformer. His key contributions to education include 1. Our progressive education movement. Dewey is considered the father of progressive education, emphasizing learning through experience rather than rote memorization. 2. Learning by doing. He advocated for experiential learning. Students learn best by engaging in real-world, hands-on activities rather than passive listening. 3. Child-centered education. Dewey believed education should be tailored to the needs, interests, and experiences of the child, making learning relevant and engaging. 4. Democracy in education. He emphasized that schools should reflect democratic values, encouraging collaboration, discussion, and mutual respect in the classroom. 5. Integrated curriculum. Dewey supported a curriculum that connects different subjects and integrates them into real-life problem-solving contexts. 6. Reflective thinking. He saw education as a means to develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills, encouraging students to think reflectively rather than just absorb information. 7. Teacher as facilitator. Dewey redefined the role of the teacher as a guide or facilitator, rather than a mere transmitter of knowledge. 8. School as a community. He viewed the school as a miniature society where students learn social skills and the importance of cooperation and participation. These principles form the foundation of modern constructivist and student-centered approaches to education.